Hi there, Eve here. And today what we're going to talk about is how eating could actually help prevent emotional eating. Hi, Eve here from vitamineve Nutrition Counseling, and as you know, I love helping people make peace with food in any situation, no matter what is happening in their lives. And a big part of that is learning how to overcome emotional eating, which is not always so easy to do. And so today what we're talking about is how to use your eating, how to eat to help you actually overcome emotional eating. And there's a real reason why that is. You know, part of what makes emotional eating so challenging is because for so many of us, it's hard to determine whether we're feeling physical hunger, the physical need for food, our body actually needs food, that physical sensation of hunger, or what is called emotional hunger, or some people like to call mouth hunger, is that urge to eat that has nothing to do with the physical need for food. And so for many of us, what makes emotional eating such a challenge is because it's hard to determine whether we're feeling that actual physical hunger or whether it's that emotional hunger that's going on inside of us. Another reason why emotional eating could be so challenging is because on some level, using food actually works. It actually helps, numb us out a little bit, or, it could help bump up our mood temporarily, or it can be an ineffective way to punish ourselves when we're mad at ourselves, etc., etc. On some level, food is still working for people who are continuing to eat emotionally. And so that's part of what can make it so challenging. So what I want to talk about is this tool that could help you overcome emotional eating. And basically what this tool is to sit down and actually plan your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I recommend actually experimenting with this tool for maybe a week or two just to see how it works for you. And if you don't like it, you could always go back to the way you're eating before. But it's really important to give this tool a chance. And so what the tool is to actually plan out your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You might even want to open up your calendar. I still keep a paper calendar, or maybe it's a calendar you keep on your phone, and you actually want to schedule in your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. The reason why I like breakfast and lunch and dinner is because culturally, that's basically how many of our lives work, especially if we go to work or if we're students or if we have families. It's nice to have that flow. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine too, but that's what I'm recommending for this video. So you actually want to write in your calendar your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. Ideally, your breakfast is within the first hour or so of waking up. And what I love about, actually plotting out your breakfast and lunch and dinner, you could actually see, what time you're having those meals. And what that does for our brain, well, first of all, it puts it at ease because it knows food is coming. Food is no longer this negotiable thing, right? So on some way, it's very relaxing to the nervous system to know that food is coming at these regular intervals. Another reason why I actually love writing that in, especially for people who are still learning their hunger and fullness signals, is because we're putting it in the calendar. We know that it's happening, and if you see that there is a gap that's over 4 or 5 hours in between meals, which is okay, that could happen, especially for people who have lunch maybe at 12 or 1. 12 noon or 1, and dinner might not be until, 5 or 6 or 7 or maybe even 8. And so if there's that large of a gap, it may be wise to actually plan a snack in between there. You probably may get hungry before your next meal. So you actually want to write down your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When it comes to planning the meal, you don't have to know exactly what it is, but when you're sitting down to your meals, there are a few things I want you to make sure that's happening at each of these meals. One is that you're giving yourself that time and that space to eat, and also that the meal that you're providing for yourself is adequate. I don't have time to go over, adequate eating is in this video. That would be a whole nother long video. But you want to make sure that what you're offering yourself is nutritionally adequate, and quickly, just so you have an overview, that that you're getting balanced nutrition, that there's a source of protein, that there's some sort of carbohydrate, that there's some fats and some vegetables and some fruits, that there's a variety of food. It doesn't have to be perfect. something that could help you conceptualize this is, hey, if I was serving this meal for a friend, what would I put on this plate? What would be balanced, that I would serve for a friend? And you also want to make sure that the meal that you're serving yourself is satisfying. In other words, that it tastes good, that you like it, And so the reason why this is important, the reason why, planning these meals and eating actually helps with emotional eating is because, first of all, you're starting to pair up physical hunger with food. So when you pair up the sensation of physical hunger with food, it makes that link. And that link is so powerful because it weakens the link of emotions and food. Got that? So you want to pair up the physical sensation of hunger with food so those two start to link up together, because that weakens emotions and food. That connection doesn't belong. We want to start weakening that out. Another reason why this is important is because our brain is getting the message that food is non-negotiable. And as our brain gets the message that food is non-negotiable, a really interesting thing starts to happen is food starts to lose its emotional charge. It no longer works emotionally. It's kind of like you're putting food out of a job. So this is very important and very key in helping you overcome emotional eating. And also what I love about this tool is it keeps you from getting too hungry. And getting too hungry when we're in that space, that could set us up for overeating. That could also set us up for a variety of moods. And so this is a very effective tool, a very important beginner tool in helping you overcome emotional eating. Of course, there's several other tools, that we will talk about and that I talk about in my videos, but this one is a very important foundational tool. So to recap what we talked about in this video is that emotional eating could be very challenging for a variety of reasons. One is that emotions could be easily confused with the physical sensation of hunger. Also, food might be working on an emotional level. It may be effective in numbing out, working in helping you feel like something is extra fun, or it may soothe you or whatever. So a very important foundational step is to start planning your meals. So experiment with this for a week or two. And I want to know how it goes for those of you who are trying this experiment. I want to hear from you. So please comment below and let me know how it went for you. And so what you want to do is you want to plan out your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. You want to know what that is. And if you see, like when you put that in your calendar or in your dayminder or in your phone, you want to see, hey, are any of my meals more than 4 or 5 hours apart? If it is, that's okay. You just want to be thoughtful of providing yourself a snack so that you don't get too hungry, a snack that'll help carry you over. And you want to make sure that the meals that you're providing yourself are nutritionally balanced, that it's adequate food, and that you actually like it, that it tastes good. And this is really important to do because you're pairing up hunger, that physical sensation of hunger, with food. So you're strengthening that link, which automatically starts to weaken the link of emotions and food, which is something that really helps in overcoming emotional eating. Also, when your brain gets the message that this food is non-negotiable, that you're going to have food every few hours and that it's going to taste good, it starts to take away the emotional charge of food. Food stops working. And, I really love this tool because it also prevents you from getting too hungry. And as we all know, getting too hungry could really set you up for overeating, compulsive eating, and, making choices that could be counterproductive. So, I hope this video was helpful. Please comment below, because every time you write a comment on this video, it actually allows it for more people to see this video. It comes in their video recommendations. So it really helps spread the message about overcoming emotional eating and learning how to trust your body. So please do that, comment, and if you like this video and you want to continue getting these videos, I invite you to subscribe. So there's something that you could click that says subscribe. If you want a notification of when this video is out, there's a little bell and you could click that. If you want more tools, if you like this tool, I invite you to come to my website, and there will be a link below, vitamineve.com, and on my website you could see a library of videos, and you could subscribe to my newsletter. And if you subscribe to my newsletter, automatically you get my free ebook, Stop Overeating Now. Okay, so much fun talking to you, and I wish you happy eating. Bye.